Yo, what's good? Welcome to the channel. Last night on Warzone, I picked up a ground loot weapon, which made me realise the Raider stock plus one other attachment makes your weapon insanely fast. So fast, it feels like you're playing cranked. This is the Fresh Powder QBZ blueprint. It's from the Battle Pass at level 17, I'll show you that in a second, and the class setup needed to recreate an insanely fast weapon, making you very hard to hit. Here it is on screen at level 17. Take a closer look at the attachments, top right corner, the Raider stock. I test this out and it's insanely fast. I do some comparisons with other weapons against the Modern Warfare weapons. What is the fastest ADS strafe speed at a 10-meter radius? My name is Gabba and this is a Call of Duty YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. I only upload the best content I can create weekly, so be sure to subscribe for more. So today's testing is all going to be done over a 10-meter radius. There's a few locations on the Verdansk map that is exactly 10 meters, making it nice and easy to do some maths with it. Just showing you here that strafing forward is in fact faster than strafing sidewards. Just double checking the speed of this particular one. This particular version that you're seeing on screen is the QBZ using the Raider stock on its own, but believe me, it does get even faster than this. This first test was just to replicate the attachments featured in the Fresh Powder blueprint for the QBZ, and likely, as I say, it is actually very, very fast. This strafe speed is very comparable to an SMG. I'm going to get to that comparison in just a moment, but as you see on screen now, the Fresh Powder blueprint looks awesome. It also performs really, really well as well, mainly down to that stock in the top right corner, but there is one barrel that makes a big difference as well. The Raider stock you see on screen now is across the board. Virtually every weapon in Black Ops Cold War can have this. It's been buffed for Warzone, and that is your aim movement speed. It is really, really fast, and when you combine that with the Task Force, you see here it's a barrel, the Task Force barrel, also strafe speed. This increases your strafe speed by a further 10%. Those two together add to a very high percentage. I'm going to show the comparison now. As you may know, moving with the knife gives you 100% movement speed, but here it is versus just the Raider stock alone. At 3.5 seconds, it's only 17% slower than the maximum you can actually move. But now moving on to the best possible class you could make, that's including the Task Force barrel, and of course that Raider stock. Here it is walking forward, and now walking to the side. You'll see the time comes up at 3.18 seconds. That is incredibly fast. So to put that speed in perspective, you're only 8% slower than when you're walking around firing from the hip. There's literally no reason for you to hip fire this weapon because you're only 8% slower than when you're aiming down sight, shooting exactly where you want to. In Warzone, while you're firing your weapon, you're actually slightly slower, but with the Raider stock, it has a pro of ADS firing move speed. Let's test that out as a comparison as well. This part of the testing really surprised me. Hip fire on the left, ADS fire in the middle, and strafe speed with no shooting, which you've already seen so far in the testing. Now, the middle option here, ADS fire, is even faster than when you're not shooting. Let me show you something now. ADS fire with attachments versus no attachments. It's crazy. On the left is firing with no attachments. On the right hand side, we've got the Task barrel and the Raider stock. Look at the numbers. That is actually mad. You have to run these two attachments. These are very likely to become something part of the meta very soon. They've just been added in Season 2. They are crazy. So in a gunfight, even better. This means you can pre-aim around corners with no loss of speed. You've got no loss of mobility by aiming before you go around the corner. Aim high, aim for those heads. As soon as you see someone, you'll start shooting and actually speed up. That's absolutely crazy. But the benefits don't stop there. It isn't just the movement speed that's increased. You're actually a lot quieter. As you know, when walking around, aiming down sight, you're actually quieter, which is great. So let's move on to footsteps. How much quieter are you while walking ADS versus just walking around hip fire? Let's turn the game sound up a bit here. We all know what footsteps sound like. And now ADS footsteps. You can push buildings a lot easier with this. Not only are you quieter, you're probably ready for a gunfight because you're already ADS. Here it is again. It's actually quite loud, isn't it? Of course, it depends on the surface. So, is it just the QBZ that's that special, or is it available for every weapon? Let's check it out right now. On screen, you're going to see the QBZ, though, with no stock, no barrel, no attachment to improve its speed. Takes a full 5 seconds to get across a 10-meter radius in ADS. That's pretty slow, and here it is comparing it to the Task Force barrel and with the Raider stock. Put them on there, and look at the time difference. 34% faster. 34% is quite a massive increase, a third faster than without those attachments on. If you did remove the Task Force barrel, you're left with just Raider stock. That would give you a 24% increase in speed. On screen is an example of why you'd want to use something like this. Why would you want to be so hard to hit? If you can get out of the bullets, you're going to stay alive a lot longer. This plays havoc with people's aim assists. Honestly, it makes you so hard to hit. Little side, left, right, left, right. As soon as you start getting hit, move the other way. Honestly, it makes a massive difference. And if you can include some ducks in there as well to move your head lower, it really does make you a hard target to hit. Here it is against 2 players. Again, I want to get the kill cam just to see what I look like. And they had a hard time tracking me once again. This has been the case through all the Call of Duties with aim assist. It's a way to abuse the system so they have a hard time hitting you. As soon as you receive a bullet, go the other way. Honestly, it makes a massive difference to keeping you alive a lot longer. On screen, I was interested in how this works on other weapons. Of course, as would you be. It's 30% faster in the LMG bracket. Over here, we've got the SMG Milano versus the QBZ. Believe it or not, the QBZ is actually faster than the fastest Milano I could make. Over here we have the Auger versus the QBZ. On screen you've got the actual attachments. And yet again, QBZ coming out on top. And as you can see, up against the AK using the takedown barrel and the KGB stock. It's actually quite fast on its own, but when comparing it to the QBZ, it's clearly a lot slower. But what about some Modern Warfare weapons? I'm not showing you them all. I'm actually going to show you just one, the AMAX. This is my favourite weapon in the game at the moment. I didn't realise how slow it was and how easy you are to hit. You're a third slower than the QBZ. That's crazy. I had no idea that this was such a buff and such a good thing. Being so hard to hit and so fast makes a difference. Here's that exact same setup in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, as you can see on screen. Here's why it's so difficult to play multiplayer and Warzone in the same evening. Look how much slower you are in multiplayer. The guns perform completely different. They're the exact same setup, but you're 29% faster in Warzone with the same gun. How silly. So here is the setup I'll be taking into Rebirth. I really recommend you take it into that. Try it out. If you want to take it into the main Verdansk, let's see. So Agency Suppressor, that is the best suppressor at the moment. You want to stay off the minimap, obviously. The Task Force Barrel, giving you that extra movement speed. Raider Stock, it means that the ADS on this weapon is not superb. I'm not saying it's slow. It's just you don't need to worry about that because you can go round corners already pre-aiming, meaning you've already got an advantage. The 60-round mag at the bottom there, and the Bruiser grip giving you so much more accuracy. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Maybe drop a like on this one to support the channel, and maybe subscribe for more if you want videos just like this to appear in your sub box. Make it a little bit easier to find. You take care, have a great day and a great weekend. Bye-bye.